Welcome back, everybody, to Dynasty Racing League and DRL TV. This is the Winona Road Truck Series. My name is Ryan Branch. I'm joined in the booth tonight by two people, David Wellborn and Taylor Butcher Benjamin. How we doing tonight, gentlemen?
Very good.
Very good, my man. Very good.
We got 200 miles, 134 laps, a regular length race here for the Truck Series. You guys ready for some more Charlotte action tonight?
Oh, yes.
Exciting.
Yeah, we just had the two All-Star races Monday night and Tuesday night for the Grand National Series and Cup Series, respectively. Excellent racing there. Wade Hustad dominated last night in the Cup Series. He is currently running first in practice right now here in the trucks. He didn't end up coming away with the win, but he got a second-place finish and won the first two stages of that All-Star race yesterday. So he looks like the guy to beat this evening.
Yep, and he's, other than last week when he lost out to Jonathan Schwartz, he's 3 for 4 in the Truck Series. So
I don't know, man. I'm going to put my hat on Spencer tonight because, I mean, he's just like 0.002 tenths of a second off from Hustad, and he has been dominating the track so far here in practice.
Yeah, definitely not far behind him, and I know he does get a lot of practice in these trucks every week, so Spencer Tart should be well prepared for this one.
Yep, and he's tied for 4th in points with Jeffrey Meyer coming into the night, and you know, he's certainly as hungry as anybody, if not the most hungry for a win.
Well, we got to give these Tart fans their money's worth, and I believe he's going to do it here tonight.
Well, and surprise, too. We got Richard Springer's currently sitting second in the practice so far tonight. Haven't seen amazing showings from him so far this season. I think his son, Mike Springer, does really good every single week. Did well last night in that All-Star race. He does race, I think, the Cup for points. So
yeah,
it'll be exciting to see if he can put a good one together this evening.
Yeah, well, we got 134 laps to get her done, so how many cautions do you think we're going to have here tonight? Do you think everybody's going to be aggressive here tonight, or do you think they're going to settle in for the long haul?
Oh boy, that one's going to be hard to call.
Yeah, I'd say the early part of the race, we will have a few cautions. Probably first 20, 25 laps until everybody gets settled in. I expect a few cautions to come out.
I expect green flag pit stops. I believe that's going to happen here tonight because these trucks are they just got so much grip, and you can just about put them anywhere you want to. Unlike the Cup cars and the Grand National cars, when they get some worn tires, they start plowing, and then if you take right side tires only, it gets really, really loose. So, yeah, I think we're going to have a really good race here tonight. I look forward to the truck racing every week. Whether I'm broadcasting or not, I at least watch it.
We got a pretty competitive field in practice so far. 1st through 13th are separated by just about a tenth.
Yeah, they're all definitely one right behind another. Usual suspects up there. Wade Hustad sits first right now. Richard Springer second. Spencer Tart third. Then you got Chad Presnell on the 55. He sits in 4th. Thomas Harmon, the 68. He's in 5th right now. And then Kleinschmidt, David Wingfield. Jeffrey Meyer sits in the 8th position. We did have, it looked like Dakota Wilkins was in here. I don't know if he left the race or if he's not racing this evening or not, but
he just popped out. He'll be back in, but the man
he
Ernesto Gonzalez, Ernesto Gonzalez has been popping in and out. It looks like he's having some major connection issues again tonight.
Yeah, it seems to be the story with him as of late. Ever since he joined the DRL, our #1 fan came over to us from YouTube and started racing with us, but.
Yeah, he was entered last week, but couldn't get it to cooperate again, so he kind of had to withdraw.
And we got Bob Cunningham. He is a miss here tonight. He's popped in for a few minutes and then lost connection as well.
We had Jason Kinzer in here earlier, but
and he wasn't supposed to be in here. Yeah, he was removed.
Yeah, they have some strict rules. I mean, you gotta get your entry form in on time. Saturday nights, everyone's got to have their entry forms in, so we can make sure that we have the right people in the race and that we have enough room for everybody. So
Yeah, and he may have been coming in as a spotter and didn't realize how to do it, even though we posted it in Discord the other night for people to know how to join in as a spectator.
Well, I'm
Ooh,
not
there's
gonna
a
lie.
Miller.
My first time trying to spot or watch a race, I joined as a driver as well. So
Yeah, well, that's when you remember I had all them major issues in the winter series, couldn't figure out what was going wrong. And turns out that iRacing messed up somehow with my OBS or ATVO or something. I don't know. But anyway, I finally figured it out. And oh, I know what it was. It was not allowing me to right click on the drivers that were in races. It wasn't showing me any of my favorite drivers in races. So I couldn't join. And that's the way I was doing it in the prior broadcasting. So yeah, it's just if you don't get everything just right, it's a mess. Oh, by the way, did you happen to update your ATVO tonight?
I have not yet.
Don't do it. Don't do it till you're done broadcasting. It messed mine up tonight. But anyway, we got Spencer Tart back out on the track.
You know what I'd like to do? I'd like to go down and grab Wade Hustad if we can, pull him up here and see if he'll take us around the track one time.
Okay.
Mr. Hustad, you got a copy, sir?
I sure do.
Hey, man, we only got a couple minutes left here at practice. I was curious if you'd like to take our drivers around the track once in that truck. Our viewers,
sure.
Not our drivers.
Yeah, we can do that. I don't know if you said you wanted to take around around the track.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. What I'm doing here is just to set a Q lap. It seems to get the momentum up for that second lap. On your out lap and your first lap, you want to run high. That gives you probably a couple tenths advantage on that second lap, and you can run the lower line. So coming into 3 here, we'll run right up next to the wall and get it pivot onto the right rear, right about here. And then we'll carry the speed off the corner.
Are you in the gas the whole way around that corner?
I had lifted just a tad bit there to get it turned back onto the rear end. But from here, you basically just going to stay in it the whole time into 1, ride down as low as you can. Hopefully not hit the apron like we did there. But right up next to the wall we go. And we're about 300ths off quick lap right now, but kind of lifted a tad bit for those guys in turn 1. But you want to get it as low as you can in 3 and 4 and try to lean off the steering wheel and open it up off, save that momentum and carry it to the finish line.
Yeah, it's not just holding that wheel all the way to the left like some people might think. You do want to let your car coast out of the corner because it gains speed.
Yeah, there's I think the truck set is a little tight tonight. So the key is, as these tires wear in, to try to save that right front by going in a little bit easier, get it rotated, and then come off the corner with as much momentum as you can.
Yeah, back that corner up a little bit and use all your speed on the way out. I got you.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing wrong. I was just afraid to hit the wall and don't want to like drift it up to the wall like that. You're a lot better driver than I am, brother.
Well, awesome riding along with you, Wade.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Hey, you did a great job in practice so far, and we wish you the best of luck in qualifying and the rest of the race, man.
Absolutely. We hope to put on a good race for you guys.
Have a good night, man.
Thanks.
Good luck.
Well, we're just seconds away from qualifying session getting started. Ryan Hesgard actually has jumped up to the top of the board with a 5.48. I guess he got his he was done messing around in practice here, and here we go.
See who gets out on the track here first. Dakota Wilkins is out there already. Andrew Marsh.
Yep, and Martin Wenzel in the chat is already admonishing these guys, reminding them to set a qualifying lap so they avoid a early penalty.
That's another rule here with DRL. You do have to set a qualifying lap, otherwise you're going to get that black flag and have to come down pit road. Definitely don't want to do that on a track like Charlotte. You'll be practically a lap down by the time you get off the pit road.
Yeah, that's right. Well, Wade Hustad, he's on the track right now, getting up to speed.
Peeble, our points leader, he's looking to take off here in a second.
Yeah, he's doing what I do, burn off a little bit of that gas and get the engine up to 220 degrees.
Try
It
to
still
get
don't
every
help.
bit of speed that you can get out of that on that warm-up lap, but it won't affect things too much.
No, you can usually only get about 1 or 2/10 of a gallon used up before you put the engine into critical condition. So it really doesn't pay off to sit there and burn off your gas.
Dakota Wilkins significantly off the pace on that first lap. We'll see what he does here with his second. Currently have David Wingfield in first place.
Eddie Buckner.
Just passed by Getty Buckner, yeah.
He's also a part of race control. Andrew Morris. There's good Dakota Wilkins.
Dakota posted a real lap that time around, a 29.625. It looks like he gets there, so.
These guys
David
are down
Wingfield
in the 5.
with his second lap, jumps right back in front of Getty Buckner. He currently holds the pole position. And everybody's filing in behind him. Richard Springer comes down with a 29.598. Currently sits fourth.
There comes Wade off turn 4 to the line. Let's see what his time is. 5.66, just 6 thousandths of a second off Chad Presnell.
I can't believe some of these drivers are getting better laps their second time around.
That's what they're using that first lap as a warm-up lap and running the high line on purpose.
They're kind of similar to Vegas or Kansas or even Daytona, really.
Yeah, or even, you know, like a plate track or whatever. But any of those fast mile and a halves, Atlanta, Texas, etc., that's kind of what people tend to do, you know, use those first 2 laps to get as much speed as possible.
That's what I'm doing wrong. I'd go for broke all the way.
Yeah, you only, I mean, you gain about 2 miles per hour at the line, 2 to 3 on a track like Charlotte, but every little bit counts.
Jeffrey Meyer, a solid lap, tied with David Wingfield in the 3rd place. Only 100th off Presnell.
Presnell with 29.561. That might be the time to beat.
And where's Hesgard? Hesgard is now coming around for his laps. It says Ernesto Gonzalez did put down a qualifying lap, so he may be running here tonight with us.
He did make it back. Hopefully that.
Intentionally slow lap.
Who's that?
Ernesto Gonzalez.
Oh, yeah. He ran a 54-second lap on purpose just to get a qualifying time. But hey, I mean, that's, you know, he wants to start in the back, doesn't want that blinking to become an issue. That's, you know, if there's a way to be a gentleman about it, that's the way to do it.
Oh, Hesgard and Presnell. How about Thomas Harmon? 5.35.
1/10, 100th of a thousandth of a second. Wow.
What a time there by Thomas Harmon.
What? Yeah, that is one hot lap, I'll tell you. Well, so far, now here comes Cy Jackson. I was about to say he hasn't posted a time yet with 30 seconds left, but here he comes.
Hopefully he'll get an opportunity to lay down a time here. Looks like we got Casey Drake still out on the track. Robbie Armstrong just running a purposely slow lap here to start to clear the field.
He got one in.
Yeah,
just
Cy
barely.
Jackson sets a 29.926, so he's not going to get an opportunity, I don't think, to finish this second lap. So that will be his time. He'll start in the 25th position.
We have 29 drivers taking the field here tonight. Is that correct?
Yep, I believe Bob Cunningham is not. I believe he exited out, and if he's going to return, he hasn't yet.
Yeah. We do have exactly 29 drivers who didn't post a clock or a time for the track, so
you guys want to pull in Thomas real quick?
Yeah, let's get Thomas Harmon in here and see how he pulled that one off.
Yeah, I got him. With his Avril Lavigne theme. Oops, wrong button.
Thomas Harmon, you got a copy, sir.
10-4, I got you.
Hey, it's Ryan up in the booth, man. Not the best time in practice, but you came out and posted the pole position. What's that? How's that feel, man?
It was a little shocking, to be honest. I saw my time on the relative when I crossed the line. I'm like, wow, okay.
You feel like you did something different at all there, or is it just a line you were running and you just ran it to perfection?
I adjusted my line a little bit, and it seemed to have helped by about a tenth of a second.
Congratulations on the pole, man. Hopefully we'll see you at the end of the race, be interviewing you again.
Good luck.
Wish you the
Hope
best
so.
of luck
Thank you,
out
guys.
there tonight.
Try
Well,
to make it exciting for everybody.
we got S2R sitting on the pole and on the outside pole.
Yeah. Harmon there in first position, Hesgard in second. Right behind them, though, two very fast gentlemen that we know how to race this track based off of what we've seen in the last couple days. Wade Hustad and the 55 of Chad Presnell. Going to be right on their heels pretty quick here.
You want to go through the grid real quick? Ooh.
Yeah, we can do that. Got Thomas Harmon in first. Hesgard second. Chad Presnell sits in third. Wade Hustad fourth. This position belongs to Jeffrey Meyer. Sixth goes to David Wingfield. Zachary Smith sits in seventh. Matt Kleinschmidt eighth. Spencer Tart, ninth position. 10th, Richard Springer. Martin Wenzel occupies 11th. Andrew Marsh 12th. Kenneth Robinson 13th. Getty Buckner 14th. Octavios, I don't even know, Silveira?
I can't pronounce it either,
He's
brother.
15th. Jeremy Hubble 17th. Casey Drake is 18th. John Mullins 19th. Bradley Freeman 20th. Let's see if my grid does or does not cut off this evening like it has the last couple of days. We got Kit Galloway in 21st. William Wingfield takes 22nd. Daniel Holloway 23rd. Eric Weatherholtz 24th. Cy Jackson in 25th. Cody Gadsky 26th. Dustin Eichert in 27th. Ernesto Niera in 28th. Robbie Armstrong brings up the rear of the field in 29th, and we're going green, boys.
And there we go.
Getty Buckner is on pit road for what?
Not too sure what happened there. He did start in the middle of the field. I don't know if he passed somebody in an accident.
It'll be interesting to see. It'd be interesting to see Jeremy Hebel and Eric Weatherholtz come from the back of the field.
So Getty Buckner only spends 14 seconds on pit road, so it looks like a normal pit stop there. We're not sure what happened, but does have to pit.
Well, he did post a time. I know that.
He gridded up in a good position.
Oh, it looks to me. Oh, let me look at the replay again.
Comes Presnell for the lead.
Oh, he did.
Oh, trouble. Jeff Meyer with a save off turn 2. Oh, and now we got more trouble.
Middle of the field there, right down to the inside wall. Chad Presnell does get that first position away from Thomas Harmon.
Green's still out.
Presnell in first, Harmon second, Hesgard third. John Mullins is down in pit road.
You got
a lot of guys took a lot of.
Was involved in that as well.
And Kenneth Robbins, yeah, the right front's torn off.
Oh, it looks like the 50 just checked up real hard. And then he tags Kleinschmidt and sends him into the inside wall. You got 64, Mullins gets collected. Why a yellow flag did not come out is beyond me.
Yeah, that was rather surprising. David Wingfield, boy, that strong qualifying run is kind of going on for naught as he's got a lot of front-end damage.
And we got quite the battle up here. I mean, we have 5 guys staying relatively close to each other. Spencer Tart bringing up the rear of that pack in 6th. It's kind of moved to a whole different pack of cars behind them. I mean, they're half a turn ahead of the guys already, or a whole turn ahead.
Yeah, that really separated this field as... Yep. Not sure who that is coasting. Andrew Marsh dropping back through the field. 18th. He's got a lot of front-end damage as well. I mean, took out almost a quarter of the field right there. Off turn 2.
Wenzel's now down on pit road. Not the best of luck for him. Kenneth Robbins is down there, and Matt Kleinschmidt was on pit road for 25 seconds.
We got Robbins, Kleinschmidt, Mullins.
Wenzel.
All of them are now a lap down or 4 laps down.
And Wenzel slid through his pit box, so he's going to lose a little more time.
These front guys definitely aren't letting up anytime soon. Spencer Tart looks to be shooting for another position there and try to get him on Zachary Smith, number 5.
They're up 5 seconds over the rest of the field. They're really strung out big time.
Well, that's what happens when the driver picks up and everybody has to slam into him.
Definitely not the best of situations for anybody beyond Spencer Tart here. Obviously, it slowed up that entire pack, and
yeah, he lucked up.
Caution here fairly soon. These front 5 or 6 guys might start to catch up to people.
It looks like Hesgaard's on the move, or he's trying to get up underneath his teammate there, Thomas Harmon.
So we had Spencer Tart there trying to move around the 5 of Zachary Smith for a couple minutes, wasn't able to make it happen, falls back in line behind him. And you know, from your guys' experience, does drafting really help here at Charlotte?
It does very little. I mean, if you can get 2 cars within a foot of each other, yeah, you can pick up just a little bit of time. But unfortunately, I don't have the skill to do that.
It definitely takes a special driver just to come out here and run these things as close to the wall as they do in general. These trucks are a little easier to control than cars are, but if that guy in front of you checks up just a little and you're on his tail, well,
it's over.
You better be on your toes.
Yep, here comes Hustad underneath Hesgaard, and here comes Tart getting passed by Zach Smith. Tart actually has a little damage on his front end also. I guess these guys can afford to race each other hard, considering they got more than 5 seconds over the rest of the field. This little 6-truck breakaway.
Yeah, right now I think Wade Hustad and Hesgaard might be hurting themselves a little bit trying to battle like they are. They're not going to catch the guys in front of them unless they get in the line. But
that's what I do. I'd just line up and ride. And it looks like Thomas Harmon is experiencing some really good blinking going on.
Oh yeah, he's blinked in and out once or twice now. Kind of our online form of mechanical issues with the truck, but hopefully that subsides and he'll be able to stay out there because he is running second right now behind Chad Presnell.
Yeah, he's kind of skipping. Might want to change the plugs in it.
That they're coming up on there. Is that the 91 of Andrew Marsh? They're good.
We got 7 cars now as
yep, that is Andrew Marsh.
Jeffrey 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Who is in the
We've now got 4 drivers that have been on pit road at least for 3 minutes at this point. Matt Kleinschmidt almost to the 3-minute mark. Looks like that ended the night of more than one person. That's
yep, and already down to just 22 trucks on the lead lap after starting with 29. Only 12 laps in here.
See if this thing, is there any packs of drivers? It looks like it's all thinned out at this point. We're kind of into single file racing. You did say there would be some green flag racing tonight, Webborn. I don't know if you expected it to happen in this manner, but
well, I didn't expect everybody to get spread out this quick over a big checkup, and I didn't expect 5 or 6 cars to go ahead and go 6 to 9 laps down. We got 1, 2, 3. We got at least 3 cars that are 8 to 9 laps down, and we got Andrew Marsh who is 1 lap down. So, yeah, no, I was not expecting that at all.
Looks like Wade Hustad, after passing his teammate, is hot on the trail of Mr. Harmon here, looking to make a move to the inside.
We got Martin Wenzel, David Wingfield, Kenneth Robbins, and Matt Kleinschmidt. All 4 are still on pit road getting damages repaired.
That's a tough break for Kleinschmidt. Came in here in sole possession of second in the points after Eric Weatherholtz's rough race last week. Here comes Hustad.
He keeps making that move to the inside of Hesgaard out of turn 2, but he just can't keep the momentum coming off the corner. I mean, that's Harmon. I'm sorry, he was dipping to the inside of Harmon's just getting too good of a run and leaving the corner there on the outside.
And
He
he
just
ain't
can't
doing
stay in the gas.
but he's not doing anything but burning his right side tire out.
Yeah,
I mean,
and you know, he's forcing Harmon to do the same. So
yeah. And
them
that's going
fighting
to
each
allow
other
for
isn't really
Presnall.
doing him any favors. Presnall's going to run away, and Hesgaard's going to catch up.
Yes, sir.
Presnall is now opening it up to 3/4 of a second as these guys battle for second. And Ernesto Gonzalez Nera has had some more blinking issues, David, and he is off the server.
Well, it looks like everybody's about single file until you get to about 13th to 14th position. And then they're just like swapping positions as they're trying to get around. Looks like the 54.
Everybody's trying to pass right there. They were all trying to get around the 91 of Andrew Marsh, but
Is that the 91? I can't see.
And he's in for a long night, unfortunately, with the damage he has. It's gonna be
Klein
well
Schmidt's back
there.
out on the track.
once again, Hustad to the inside of Harmon here cannot fully make this pass. He keeps inching closer and closer. No, he enters this corner, does a better job, and we talked to Wade Hustad before this race started.
Oh, here he goes now.
There we go, about his qualifying time, and he said that he didn't want to try to force it into the corners. He wanted to get the run out, and that's exactly what he had to do for the last 10 laps or so, was force it into the corner to try to get himself to the inside of the 68.
I noticed that he didn't really change his lineup much. He's still running that bottom to the tri-oval and running a mid groove to a low groove coming in 1 and 2.
Yeah, Chad Presnall is actually running a higher line than Wade Hustad. I expect Hustad, now that he's gotten around Harmon, to be able to put a little bit of distance between himself and the 68, and I don't think it'll be long before he's giving the 55 to Presnall as well.
Well,
Yeah, picked up 2/10 last time, or about 1/10 and a half.
Yeah, right now he's consistently posting the best lap on the track, so.
and Harmon's about a half a groove above Hustad in his roll through the turns as well. So we definitely got people trying some stuff out there, trying some different lines. But I believe once they get this rubber all rubbered in like that, they're going to have to start searching. Maybe even have to go to a lower end of the track or the bottom of the groove. Because once that rubber starts getting really built up, we're going to be here for 134 laps. And if it stays green flag, it's going to be a lot of rubber put down on the high line.
Yep. Yeah, a couple laps ago, we had Spencer Tart get around the 5 of Zachary Smith, and now Smith right back around him as Tart rubs that outside wall in the middle of turn 2.
Now, how far, guys, do you think these guys are gonna? Do you think they're gonna pit for tires first or fuel first?
Tires.
Yeah, I think it'll be close in the truck, really. I think they'll come in for tires, but there won't be much left on the fuel. We did talk to Wade Hustad last night during the interviews after the race, and the way the All-Star race worked. By the time that they did the lining up and trying to get the field circulated and get the guys where they were supposed to be, he said by the time he could really come down and get tires, he was on fumes. So
yeah, 4/10 of a gallon. So he did 50 laps that we know of, plus a few yellow laps, and when it was all said and done with, he said 4/10 of a gallon. So I'm looking at maybe 63, 64 laps of gasoline, but you don't want to be out there on tires like that. The tear off is just so bad with these tires.
yeah, you definitely don't. Fortunately, I mean, the trucks here have a little bit more grip. Oh, I'm getting some skipping issues. I don't know what that's about. Looks like it's corrected itself. These trucks, you know, they have a little more grip than the Cup car does. Maybe, you know, they don't plow through the tires as bad as the Cup car does, but when you have more grip, you tend to treat the truck a little rougher than you do those Cup cars. So it really comes down to how well these guys drive the truck and how nice they are to, you know, how consistent their lines are and how easy they're being on them.
Wade Hustad is now just 0.3 of a second behind Presnall, and he's closing in even closer every lap.
Oh yeah, he's hunting him down.
Yeah, those two men are teammates, or at least they stay in 32 to 55 team channel. they work with each other, so they're not going to take each other out for sure.
Each running a different line through turns 1 and 2. And now a little bit lower goes Hustad through 3 and 4.
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to intentionally do anything to one another, but I can guarantee you Chad ain't just going to let Mr. Hustad by, so.
Oh, no. He may let him by long enough to get a couple points led and then pass him back. Not like he needs the points for leading a race.
It's looking now like maybe Presnell's driving in the rear view a little. He pulled up the track right in front of the 29 on the exit of that last corner. I don't know if he was losing control of it or on purpose, but.
You got Casey Drake back here. He's trying to get around Dakota Wilkins. Or Sidarius Jackson, my bad.
And Jeremy Hebel, our points leaders, moved up from 17th up into 9th.
It looks like everybody's pretty much either single card out or in single file. We may end up going completely to a green flag run here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
Don't
Kip Galloway in the
speak too soon
61.
Hustad. Kip Galloway, yeah, he comes down and takes a pit stop. Looks like just a regular routine pit stop. He does have some scrapes there on the outside of the truck. Don't know if he's rubbed the wall one too many times. Just wasn't comfortable on the tires, but it is a quick 14.98 second pit stop, and he's headed back out on the track. Looks like that was the first of our green flag pits.
Yeah, he's tore up the whole right side of his front end.
And he's going to go 2 laps down now. So he was kind of mired back in the field already.
Well, I'd hate to think that that's a scheduled pit stop for him, because if it is, he's going to make for a long night in that Miller Highlight.
Oh, big wreck. Oh.
Yeah, the 83 there just got completely loose and lost it. William
Well,
Wingfield,
so much for the
not able to hold on to
green
that
flag
truck.
pit stops.
Yep, they're all going to come under caution now. Lap 28.
Go back and look. I'm going to go down to a cockpit. See what he saw as he comes. Trying to take it easy. Oh, he was trying to get into pit road, and he hit the brakes too hard, lost the truck completely, and
and
literally flipped it on its hood. Does
Wow.
leave it back upright, gets it right back up on the tires, but oh man.
And then he
I just
slams
looked
it
at the
back.
corner of my eye and saw him flipping. I was like, what in the world?
Well, that'll answer a couple questions. We can tell these damn trucks are not easy to drive right now.
Nope, and if we do make an even longer run where the rest of the field has to make some green flag stops, wonder if they might have some trouble getting on pit road also. But here comes the field.
Watch all these trucks enter pit road, down to the exit of pit road. They all pull into their box there.
Hustad overshot.
Both of them
Ooh,
did.
Yep, the 68 overshot as well. Harmon. Qualified second, was it? Hustad qualified second?
Hesgard second.
Yeah, so Hesgard and Thomas Harmon both overshot their pit boxes. Get out in third and fourth. The fifth, Zachary Smith comes out in fifth position, which is Springer sixth.
Presnell
Meyer got out of there seventh. Yeah, Presnell smoked everybody on and off pit.
Yeah, it's going to take a little bit of work getting in and off the pit road. Well, getting off's not a big deal, but getting in pit road in these trucks, yeah, it's probably going to take some finessing, as we saw with the 83 car.
Well,
83.
Spencer Tart is still on pit road. He entered 8th.
He takes 59.39 seconds to pit stop there. Definitely had to get some damage fixed. Getty Buckner's been down there for 60 seconds. Cy Jackson on pit road for 47. Andrew Marsh still trying to fix more repairs from that earlier wreck. And William Wingfield's been there almost 2 minutes now. I have a feeling That's the first 2 of many minutes he'll be on pit road.
Well, Tart got 93% or 95% of his damage fixed, as it's just a slight crinkle in the hood, and there's just a little bit of cave in on the right hand side where the 28 is, where it says crazy good.
Yeah, he was rubbing that wall a little bit. Gentlemen, I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to let you guys bring us to the checkered flag. I'll be back in just a minute.
All righty, brother.
Okay.
Well, who you got me on?
We're up front right now. I'm focused on Wade Hustad at the moment. So, because I expect Presnall to take off pretty quickly here.
Do we have drivers in front of them for a waiver round? We do. We got Klein Schmidt in front, and we got Martin Wenzel. Both of them are looking to get their waiver round, and they should be getting it any second now.
Well, they're both multiple laps down, so.
Yeah, but it's a long night. We got 100 laps. Well, when we go back green, we'll have exactly 100 laps, I believe.
Yep. Doubling up. There'll be 19 trucks on the lead lap when we get going here again.
19 out of 29.
Now that we've finally had our first caution, well, hopefully not, but you never know. I mean, how many we might have now with the field bunched up again.
Well, I believe now that we are all bunched back up, these drivers are not, if they do not get into a situation like they had a few minutes ago where it caused everybody to slam on brakes, I believe we're going to start seeing a lot more racing going on.
Well, I certainly hope so, because here comes the field off turn 4. Pace car's about to duck in. And Presnall's on the gas early.
Green flag. He wasted no time, and Harmon got up underneath Hustad. Hustad was going to follow in Presnall's tracks, but was not able to get down there in time.
He's got to clear Hustad for that second spot, and here comes Hesgard.
And old Hebel, he's moving his way up into the field as he just got ready to pass Richard Springer. And he's trying to get with Zachary Smith. And there goes Hebel. He finally gets a run past Richard Springer. Moved Mr. Hebel up into 6th spot. And Hesgard is still on the outside, on the end, yeah. He's still on the inside trying to get past Hustad.
Now Harmon takes a look to the inside. Got some room. Presnall's going to have to fight back on the outside as they go into turn 1.
And I think that would have played off a little bit better if they were just a little closer together. You get them two S2R trucks together and you'll be able to draft a little bit better on the bottom. As long as they don't push up into Presnall and Hustad. Oh, Hesgard was really low on that white line. He's lucky he did not break loose right there.
And Harmon also, he was right on the white line as they were separated by 0.03 of a second coming across that time.
But they are definitely 2 by 2 in the front, battling it out for position. And now we got Richard Springer looking to make his move. He's trying to get back around Hebel. I don't think Hebel's going to allow him to do it. And while they're messing around, Eric Weatherholtz is coming up in the picture as well for Richard Springer.
Presnall led that lap, and Zach Smith, who in 5th, is trying to figure out which
lane to go in.
Follow. He's kind of stuck right now.
Yeah, see, well, them all, when they're battling like that, that's allowed Zachary Smith.
Oh, Presnall goes around.
Oh, hang on to it.
Oh, he saved it.
Wow.
Amazing.
What a save there by Harmon.
Holy
Yeah,
crap.
but he's got some major damage to the rear end of his truck.
Boy, that bunched the field up behind them, though. Now here comes Hesgard around Presnell.
Oh,
Yep, Hesgard just
There we
tagged.
go. Big wreck.
Yeah, Hustad got some nose damage out of that as well.
Daniel Holloway's parked up against the inside wall on the end of the backstretch.
Well, I'm taking a look at Hesgard's truck. It doesn't have any damage at all. How he tagged him in the rear and caused so much damage is beyond me. What's the yellow out for?
we're about to go back and watch it right now. Looks like we had the 26 of Daniel Holloway here. He's running on the inside of Jeffrey Meyer. Got the 44 right behind him. And Jeffrey Meyer just tags him in the back right. Sends him sideways right into the wall.
And they actually got
Tard
together.
almost gets tangled up in all of that. Very close to receiving heavy damage.
And they actually got together on the entry to turn one a little bit. They kind of banged doors. Robbie Armstrong's got some damage. That man just can't catch a break at
They're
all.
3 wide. That's what broke in most of that up front.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of that happened just because that field kind of stacked up the way it did, but
Yep.
definitely, Jeffrey Meyer did come down the track there.
Yep.
That's right in the back of
26.
Holloway. And
Well, like y'all say, yellows bleed yellows.
Yep.
and Wade Hustad beats Hesgard off pit road.
Followed by Presnell's still on pit road, getting some repairs.
Yeah, he definitely received some damage there. I don't know if I can go back far enough. We're going to try to go back real quick and look and see exactly what happened with that exchange.
It looks like Holloway is didn't even come down pit road as of yet. Here he comes. Here he comes.
Hesgard went, he rubbed the grass there on that, in the tri-oval, running just on the inside of the 29 of Hustad. Presnell's on the outside.
And it's going to allow
yeah.
Kleinsmith.
And Hesgard just doesn't get in the brakes fast enough, runs into the back of the 68 of Thomas Harmon, who hits the rear of the 55 of Chad Presnell. So
He never stopped driving that thing at all.
Well,
yeah, I mean, and that's his teammate. He's hitting the rear up too, you know.
Yep. And
Winslow and Kleinsmith's going to get the wave around.
Well, now we're going to have some action trying to see Chad fight his way from the very back.
Yeah, I hope he got enough repairs there. It looked like he lost significant time on the truck through that next corner. Hesgard was able to pass him with no issues. So
The back of his truck looks good.
We got some new players up in the front. Richard Springer up in third and Eric Weatherholtz in fourth.
He's got very minimal damage on the left side, so he should be good to go.
our points leader, don't forget about him, Jerry Mahebo there in that bright neon yellow Menards truck.
And he's
Currently
moved his
sits
way
in
up
fifth
into
right now.
Fifth, yeah.
After starting 17th, and that's just doing what typical point leaders do. Even if they don't qualify great, they just methodically, quietly work their way up through the field.
Well, he's the last lap winner anyway, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't know he's up there until it's time for the last lap to come, and then he's took your position, and you're going, well, I had that race won.
Yeah, he's basically the closer of this series.
Yeah, one thing that I want to talk about tonight, guys, on behalf of Memorial Day and stuff, we're actually paying out our top 3 points drivers here tonight. And as it sits,
That's right.
I don't know if Richard Springer is in points for trucks or not, but neither of the top 2 guys are running for points in this series. So Ebel is fighting for some prize money at the moment.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
didn't know that.
Yeah, I believe Springer actually is in the B series for points. So, yeah. And Daniel Holloway has disconnected from the server. His truck
Toast.
too heavily damaged to continue.
So you say the top 3 are getting some iRacing credits here tonight?
Yes, sir. I sponsored it myself, actually. We have $15 going to first, 10 to second, and $5 to third in iRacing credit for top 3 points drivers. So points drivers are the only ones that are involved in that little competition. These guys a little extra incentive to come out here and run their best.
Well, with Matthew Kleinsmith being all the way, you know, 7 or 8 laps down, and Eric Weatherholtz, where is he currently running? In 4th. Eric Weatherholtz may move up into 2nd, and Spencer Tart may move to 3rd. I don't know exactly what the difference in the points are between those 3 or 4 drivers.
Oh no, I'm talking in this race. So the top 3 drivers that finish this race that are 4-point standings, if this is their series for points.
Yeah, 10-4. I misunderstood you. I thought you were just going by point standings.
So right now we got Eric Weatherholtz is sitting in first for that front prize, and then right behind him is Jeremy Hebel.
That's kind of like a mini dash for cash. As here comes Hesgard. It looked like he was about to duck the nose. Here he comes.
He gets down to the underside of Wade Hustad, and let's see if he decides to move him like he did his teammate Mr. Harmon earlier.
Now looks like that's going to cost him 2nd, looks like.
Yeah, that was a quick dive down. I don't know if he was trying to avoid Hustad, but the 99 of Richard Springer capitalizes and takes the position away.
Okay, Springer might be a dark horse tonight, as we saw him in practice. The kind of lap he posted, I believe he was like 4th or 5th fastest in practice.
Oh yeah, he was running real well in the practice session there, so it looks like he's the only one able to stick with Hustad at the moment, but Weatherholtz also gets to the inside of Hesgard. Looks to be poised to take 3rd here.
And now Hebel side by side with Smith, 5th.
Looks like Spencer Tart is just sitting in limbo with that front end damage. He's just sitting there riding.
Yeah, I don't think with that damage, I don't think you'll have anything for these front runners, but definitely a talented driver, and even with lesser of a truck is able to maintain a good position there, currently riding in 10th.
I'm afraid he's basically points racing the rest of the night, and I must say, with that damage. Thomas Harmon has dropped back to 8th.
Yeah, he did have the rear of his truck crinkled during that last incident, so not sure how many repairs he was able to get.
We have Chad Presnell coming on pit road, guys.
Oh no.
That can't be a scheduled stop.
And it makes me wonder how he took so much damage, because he didn't receive the brunt of that collision. You know, the brunt of it was Hesgard into the rear of Harmon, and then Harmon touched Presnell, but
I mean, it's very little. This is a scheduled stop, it looks like.
Now he's actually gotten out of the truck, it appears. Looking from the rear chase live on pit road right now.
definitely not on pit road for any normal amount of time. He's been there already 23 seconds, so that might be the end of Chad Presnell's evening.
It may be. Maybe he was down on horsepower, or temperatures going up.
Back up to the front here. Hustad's ran away from the pack, but Hesgard's fighting to get around the 99 of Richard Springer.
Well, as long as they keep battling, they're never going to catch Hustad.
Hesgard might have him this time. Yep.
We can go down here to Weatherholt's car and crank up the noise a little bit.
the fans can hear you, man.
Was Taylor saying something?
Yeah.
I was just commenting about Weatherholtz, about how he made the pass on Springer, but now, after getting passed back, he's got his hands full.
Oh yeah, everybody seems to be getting around him at this point. Zachary Smith goes to the inside. Harmon's following right behind.
Well, he has to be a foot off that wall up in turns 1 and 2. Now it's trying to give. Oh, now he's up against the wall. He was trying to give Zach Smith a little push, but.
And Hebel can't figure out where to go.
And Presnell is disconnected.
Yeah, Hebel was up there behind Weatherholtz, trying to run with him, and now it looks like he's going to drop to the inside and try to follow the other guys around. As
you recall, the 50 is the one that did that hard checkup and caused that first little pile-up we had. So I believe Weatherholtz and Hebel were like, it don't matter, we got to get by his guy, we got to get by him, and Thomas Harmon just made it pretty wide to do it.
Yep. I tell you what.
Oh, and the 50, yeah, the 5 of Zachary Smith there almost destroys the 12 after bouncing off that wall. Hopefully he can be avoided up there on the high side.
Oh, there he is in the wall again. He's going to continue to drop back. I was just about to comment on Getty Buckner in the 03. Whatever problems he had early, he's recovered from and was 9th last time by, and he's going to be higher than that as he took advantage of those guys getting together. So that's a heck of a comeback for him.
Weatherholtz took some major right fender damage.
He was getting past already. I don't want to see what's going to happen now that he's received some damage on the right front of that car. Getty Buckner looking to capitalize as well.
Well, our leader's got 3/4 of a straightaway on second place. I mean, he is just absolutely pulling away.
He's checked out, man. He's on a Sunday drive out here.
Well, he did that last night in the All-Star race. He dominated the first 2 sessions.
If he's got 2.6 seconds on Hesgard, and Springer and Harmon are going at it for 3rd.
Oh, they're back there racing with Casey Drake, Spencer Tart, Zachary Smith, and Zachary gets around Casey Drake.
Dakota Wilkins gets underneath Weatherholtz for 8th. Yeah, Zach Smith was really the big loser in that little deal with Jeffrey Meyer. He's back to 11th.
Getty takes another position as he gets around the 14 there, Bradley Freeman, and now he looks to be taking the position away from Dakota Wilkins for 6th.
Go Getty, go. Go Getty.
He's making a charge through the field right now, man.
He got very little rear end damage and no front end damage, so
that's the most important part. The most important part is the no front end damage.
And it looks like Hustad got around Martin Wenzel with no fuss, no muss.
Or it looks like Hesgard's having a little problem with the lap truck. Of Kenneth Robbins.
Well, Robbins may have fresh tires, and you've been out there for, 22 laps.
No, he's 53 laps down, so he's probably been, he obviously had been in the pits for a while getting damage repaired.
Yeah, Kenneth Robbins has a good-looking truck. He's only got 7 laps on his car versus the 23 of Hesgard, so
right,
kind of an expected turnout there. The 48 is actually charging pretty hard, so 48 might catch up to Hustad here in a minute.
Now, when we start getting these green flag stops, people may go in different segments, like some may wait till 30, some may wait till 40. And with that going on, the fresher tires versus the older tires is going to make it hard for these drivers, and you're not going to know which one's got the fresher tires and which one doesn't. So you got to be on your P's and Q's.
I mean, after that attempted pit stop earlier by Mr. Wingfield, I don't know, I don't know how far these guys can really push these tires, because you got to enter those pits nice and easy.
Yeah, but I wonder if that certainly, I would think, have gotten the attention of these drivers. And Zach Smith had a really big moment off turn 4.
Hesgard used all of the track there just a second ago. I just knew he was going to take out those two drivers of Martin Wenzel and 91.
Andrew Marsh.
Yeah, Andrew Marsh. I mean, he comes sliding right across the nose of them.
I got one truck down on the apron coming to pit road. Looks like Wenzel. He is 9 laps down. Probably just trying to get out of that fight.
We got Thomas Harmon here, and Jeremy He will go into the inside of the 91 of Andrew Marsh. Those two still trying to catch up to the likes of Richard Springer.
Both about a second behind. That's Hustad. Here comes Kenneth Robbins past Hustad.
Oh yeah, Hustad not even going to bother trying to fight it. Martin Wenzel did have a normal pit stop down there on pit road. William Wingfield gets a little more damage repaired with a 105-second pit stop.
And Wade is on cruise control right now, up 3 seconds over Hesgard and the rest of the field.
Yeah, he's kind of in a league of his own out there right now. I mean, he's still running actually, he's running a faster time than Ryan Hesgard, who sits in second, but Richard Springer did top him on the last time by, so.
Well, the little story I'm looking at right now is you got Matthew Kleinsmith. He is only 1 lap down. Is that right?
Oh no, Kleinschmidt's 21 laps down.
21 laps down, my bad. Okay, never mind. I need new glasses.
Yeah,
the guys 1 lap the guys 1 lap down are Kip Galloway and Jeffrey Meyer.
Yeah, Meyer kind of causing his own demise here throughout this race. Kip's had to come down to get some damage repaired a couple times from rubbing that outside wall, but
and there's not many trucks out here with no damage at the moment.
But Kleinsmith's out there on 44 laps on his tires.
He is. Yes, sir. He's been out there a while. Robbie Armstrong currently sits in 17th. He's the first car left on the lead lap, or the last car left on the lead lap. So Wade Hustad is
approaching
him.
Yeah, he's catching him only about 5 or so truck lengths behind him. He's going to get
about a half a second faster than him every time around this track. So
yeah, here he comes right now to put him a lap down.
So we got 30 laps on our tires. How long do you think they'll stay out? Another 15?
Yeah, I see between 30. I don't think so. I think we're looking at maybe, between 35 and 40 laps is when most people should come down. But we'll see. I mean, it really depends on how comfortable they are. These guys started out running 29.5-second laps, and now they're running almost 31.5-second laps. So they've already shaved 2 seconds off. It's really a matter of how long can you drive, halfway through these corners, even if they're fully off the gas and they start turning left and the truck wants to go completely sideways. Well, it's time to come down pit road.
Yeah, Wade Hustad at 31.094 his last lap by. And then you had to go all the way back down to Jeffrey Meyer, who is in 32 seconds. And then from there on, that's a big difference.
Yeah, the next closest truck last lap from Hustad was Richard Springer at a 31.223. So regardless, Wade's still 0.2 faster.
Yeah, he's definitely putting on a clinic out there. Even as the tires get older, he's still driving the truck quicker than everyone else is. So I don't think they have much longer to go. We do have Richard Springer's finally caught the number 2 of Ryan Hesgaard. Closed that gap a little bit, and he is running faster than him around this track every time by for the last 5 to 6 laps. So
Yeah, about at least 2/10.
Yeah, Hesgaard's stuck in the 31.4, 31.5 bracket right now. As here comes Springer.
and they're going to catch a lap truck here.
That's Robbie Armstrong.
This could be a recipe for disaster with the amount of time on their tires they've got.
And it gets up in front of him.
I don't like catching lappers in the tri-oval. That's just one thing I don't like doing.
Now they get by him cleanly.
And Richard Springer pushed up. It leaves room for Hesgaard to try to get on the inside of him.
Yeah, Springer had to take a low entry into that corner to come down to avoid the lap car there. So I think that was just Springer wasn't able to get off that corner the way he wanted to. He should be able to stay in front of Hesgaard here. He was running better times than Hesgaard for multiple laps ahead of that pass. So
Yeah, they've been gaining on him about a 10th or 2 each lap, and now we got a battle for 4th between Harmon and Beeble.
yeah, Hebel goes to the inside of Harmon. He's been knocking at the door for quite a few laps now. They've been slowly catching the 2 in front of them as well. So
Well, now they're going to have to deal with the lap truck of Armstrong momentarily. Hesgaard's not giving up. He's back underneath Springer for 2nd.
Am I seeing this right? Jeremy Hebel is the first truck for points here tonight.
he is, sir.
I'll be darn, right?
Currently
Seemed like
runs
he-
in 5th. All these cup guys, man, that drive the wheels off of these damn things coming down here and taking advantage of the truck racing.
And then you got Getty Butler. He is the 2nd person for points. And then Bradley Freeman. So them 3 right there are the first 3.
Yeah, they're in the
Yeah.
money at the moment.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say. They're in the money. I don't even know if they know it or not.
Well,
I
they'll-
didn't even know it, and I'm an administrator.
well, they'll
That
be
just tells you how
buzzing
much I pay attention to the announcements. We're working lap 40
Oh,
on these
Springer under
tires.
the wall.
Oh no!
Yeah, he pancaked it hard off turn 4 that time.
Yeah, the right front is heavily dented there. Hesgaard easily able to get around him now, and he was doing that. I mean, for multiple laps, he was getting so close to that wall on the way out of the corner. I know that truck feels like driving a dump truck at the moment. So
It looks like Thomas Harmon, looking from Richard Springer's retrace, looks like Thomas Harmon had another blink, and Springer's coming down pit road.
yeah, Springer said, "You know what? I needed tires anyway. Now let's go get that damage fixed."
And that may force everyone else to start coming down as well.
Yeah, I
just-
was off on my prediction. I mean, we're sitting at 40 laps right now. We still have yet to have one of these lead lap cars come down pit road, aside from Richard Springer, who did receive a little damage there. So we'll see if anybody follows.
Yeah, well, I was thinking about 40 or 45, but you know, Hustad, he'll probably stay out there for 55 just to prove us all wrong. And Richard Springer is electing to take some damage and get some of that damage repaired.
Well, that's too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he was having a really, really great night. Stinks to have to try to get that damage repaired under green. You know, he doesn't have a caution lap to try to get it repaired under, so.
Yeah, but we got a fierce battle going on between Eric Weatherholtz and Cy Jackson as Jackson bounces off the wall. That back around
Casey
10th or
Dragan can't decide where he wants to go. He just can't get around side there as Jackson. It's like, man, get out of my way.
Cy Jackson almost hits the wall there in the middle of that corner again, so.
I mean, there are little battles all over the track. As you got the 27 of Cody Gatsky trying to get around the lap car Martin Wenzel.
decent run for Gatsby. He started 26 up in 12th, and he's certainly looking for a turnaround. It looks like he's dropping onto the apron, though.
Matthew Kleinsmith is still out there on 57 laps on his tires.
You know, that proves to you that it can be done, I guess, right? Cody Gatsky comes down pit road, looks to make a normal pit stop. He has moved up significantly. That will put him a lap down for the time being, but, you know, if those leaders stay out there for a little while, that's going to do nothing but help him at this point. I mean, what they're looking at right now, gentlemen, is that we got 44 laps in on these tires, and everybody's saying to themselves, well, what if we go green from here? So probably just trying to split that amount of time to come down pit road, and so I would expect within the next 6 or 7 laps to see everybody pit.
Well, that's what I was sitting here thinking. You know, they're going to try to split the difference. You know, I'm pretty sure that's what Wade Hustad's saying. Well, look, you know, all I need to go is 5 or 6 more laps, and then I don't have to take but, you know, 10 of the 18 gallons or 13 gallons of gasoline, and I can make it the rest of the way.
Yeah, I was just about to say, because right now, as we just a little under 50 to go, these guys can make it from here.
For sure.
Whenever they do decide to pit.
And I'm sure a lot of that has to do with why Kleinschmidt stayed out there as long as he has as well, as he finally comes down and gets himself a pit stop.
Zach Smith is in.
So that's, you're looking at, if they can go 60 laps on tires, they can go 60 laps on fuel, because Kleinschmidt just did it.
Yes, sir.
So, I mean, this could be their final pit stop for those who chance it.
These guys got to watch it coming down pit road. We just see more smoke there at the entrance of pit road. So
Here comes Spencer Tart. Bradley Freeman way overshot his box by about 2 pit boxes. That's going to really cost him.
Now, what Wade Hustad has to worry about is these lappers, trying to get around them and hoping that they don't have fresher tires.
Well, speaking of Hustad and fresher tires, that 48 car that got around him earlier with 16 lap fresher tires than he has. He's now surpassed him. So,
yep.
Hustad just absolutely dominant out here tonight.
I think he's blowing on the windshield, trying to get a little bit all the speed he can.
Will not be the least bit surprised. Now Spencer Tart comes back out after getting his service.
Kip Galloway came down for a normal pit stop. Bradley Freeman looks to have gotten a little bit of damage repaired. Zachary Smith got quite a bit of damage repaired on pit road for over a minute.
Harmon and Hebel side by side for third.
Hebel goes to the inside of the 68.
Well, this could be tricky to...
Yeah, especially if Harmon decides he wants to pit one of these times around.
Well, we just hit lap 90. That leaves exactly 44 laps to go. And we know that they can do it, as they're already on 49 laps, and Kleinsmith did 58.
Yeah, typically, you know, when I'm in the truck or whatever it is I'm racing, I kind of lean towards the short pitting it a little bit. So it surprises me that we haven't had more drivers come down here than we have.
Yeah, I agree. Especially since they're within their window to make it the rest of the way. So, yeah, I'm surprised too that they haven't gotten their fresh tires yet.
Spencer Tart is one of those drivers. I mean, he comes down, gets a pit. He's only got 2 laps on his tires. He could gain some positions based off of that move.
Well, Hustad's got 7 seconds. He's not in no hurry to do anything. He may be just sitting here saying, yeah, okay, how many of these people are going to chance riding around on really old tires, and I'm just going to stay out until I'm the last truck that has to come down.
Boy, Getty Buckner is on pit road. He barely made the commitment cone.
Buckner is up to 6th right now. Yeah, I mean, Hustad's doing okay out there. He might as well just, you know, stick it out and
wait till to be the last truck. I mean, he's got a 7-second lead, and if the yellow comes out, he can put everybody a lap down.
Yes, sir. 7 or 8, almost 8-second lead. That's just crazy, man.
And he's certainly got big-time control over this race so far. As Buckner heads back out.
Yeah, nice quick pit stop there for Buckner. 14.08 spent in the box. blazing fast time. Fastest time we've seen tonight. Cy Jackson with a 16:05, and Weatherholt's back down for another pit at 16.52.
And Buckner did a really good job getting on pit road. I honestly thought he was going to miss the commitment cone, but he was able to get quick enough without speeding into the first segment of pit road there without getting caught. So, a pretty good job by him.
And he's got very minimal damage to the rear end of his car. The rest of his truck looks really, really good.
We're currently looking at only 6 cars on the lead lap as Mr. Hustad has put almost everybody, not just 1, but 2 laps down at this point. So after their pit, and he hasn't. Now have the 2 of Ryan Hesgard. The 68 of Thomas Harmon does plow that commitment cone on his way into pit road. I don't know if
Well, we got Ryan Hesgard, Harmon. They're all down pit road. That is leaving only Jeremy Hebel and Wade Hustad out on the track. And I'm pretty sure that they're going to be coming down here real soon. They don't have no choice.
Boy, Hesgard overshot it again. Had to back up.
That's going to be a costly mistake. Oh, Spencer, don't turn him. Spencer with them fresher tires is going to get one of his laps back now.
Yeah, Thomas Harmon gets out with a 14:08 as well. Much quicker than his teammate there, the 2 of Hesgard. So.
And here comes Hustad.
Oh, a little bit of smoke, but
tires. Well, I hope he was speeding right there.
Nah, I think you would have seen the front end of his truck go a little more wiggly than that if he was. So.
And Hebel's right behind him.
We're gonna see here. Boy, will you call him Hebel? I'm so tired of you calling him Hebel.
Hebel?
Hebel. Jeremy Hebel. Wade Hustad slides into the box perfectly.
Like Jeremy a weeble wobble, but we won't fall down.
Jeremy Hebel pulls into his box perfectly, so both of these guys looking at good pits as well.
Casey Drake's now on. He's the last one besides Armstrong, who's on the lead lap, has not pitted. Robbie Armstrong is still on the track. And it looks like he may be coming down pit road now.
Wade Hustad is officially off of pit road at this point, and he's now looking at a, oh man.
Oh no. Oh no, Armstrong's out of gas.
Oh yeah, he's coasting down the backstretch on the apron.
Well, looks like he didn't save enough fuel.
See, that's what another thing I was concerned with. I mean, there's kind of pointless to run yourself out of fuel at this point, considering in your window. And
I don't think he's going to make it to his pits. He has made it to pit road, but I don't believe he's going to make it to his pits.
All right now,
last car.
Whoa, and Wade Hustad did have to come back down pit road. Must have received the black flag. Terrible news for Wade Hustad.
Wow.
Wow, that is very unexpected.
Yep, 15.72 seconds there, so that was a 15-second penalty for Wade Hustad. And, well, gentlemen, I mean, what was the lead at the end of that run? It was only about 8 seconds, so unless we get a caution here, that might have
make it up.
Ruined his night.
He can make it back up. I mean, if he only lost 15 seconds, he actually really only lost 8 seconds.
Well, regardless.
Yeah, but he lost the 15 for the penalty plus the time up and down pit road, not doing full speed around this track. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, regardless, you'd very rarely see that kind of mistake by Wade Hustad. And he's now a lap down.
And our new leader, Thomas Harmon, out there, 3 seconds over Getty Buckner. So Buckner making some nice moves by coming in as early as he did. He's got 8 laps on his tires currently. And Spencer Tart, I knew he'd be moving up through the field. He sits in 5th with 13 laps on his tires.
Yeah, Buckner, that's call to come down pit road earlier than some other guys. It certainly paid off for him.
Now, in order for anything to work out for Mr. Hustad, he needs to get around Cody Gatsky so that he could be the first car lap down and pray for a yellow. We're back up here with Harmon. And he is not running for points. So Getty Buckner is going to be the first winner, or the first car that's running for points in this series.
And for Hustad, he's got a long way to go to catch Cody Gatsky.
That's going to be really big for Mr. Butner.
Well, you do have Wade Hustad here in the 29. He's making his way around Getty Buckner, so
Well,
the only person he has
now.
left to catch is Thomas Harmon, and he's going to put himself back on the lead lap.
Yep,
Then
he's
all
on
you
a
do-
mission, and he's praying for a caution flag.
Yeah. Get around Harmon, get my lap back, get for a yellow, grab 4 tires, don't speed, and come back and show these boys how to drive this track.
Maybe he's about to get past Gatsky here. In fact, here he goes right now. So
Because at this point,
Yeah,
even if we
pretty
had a
fast
caution
position.
before he gets around Harmon, he will get that lucky dog position. So
I don't see a yellow flag coming out as these drivers are really spread out now.
we got
They're all
someone on the
single
apron.
file.
Someone on
let's-
the apron in turn 4.
Well,
we got
Meyer-
Ryan Hesgaard here in the 2, with only a couple lap fresher tires than the 3 of Getty Buckner.
Yep, and he moves into second.
Makes a clean pass, but Jeremy Hebel's right on their heels, and he's got fresher tires than any of them. So one of the last 2 cars to come down pit road, him and Wade Hustad.
Hesgaard got around Butner.
Down to just 9 trucks on the lead lap.
And Hebel is catching Buckner, so the battle for first and the prize money is going to be between Buckner
Oh.
and
He's up in the
as
wall.
Getty goes off the wall just a little bit there. Hebel comes down to his inside, and he's going to make that an easy pass. Little
Yeah.
bitty mental error there by the 03 of Getty Buckner. Could end
Well,
up
it didn't
costing
look
him
too
dearly.
bad. Didn't look too bad compared to, say, when Richard Springer bounced off the wall. It wasn't quite that hard.
Definitely not.
well, Hebel's truck still really looks good. Yeah, it's not a scratch on Hebel's truck.
Now Hesgaard, he's 2.6 seconds behind, and a couple laps ago they're about 3.5 seconds behind. So he's catching Harmon.
He is.
I gotta-
He pit at the same time, too, so same number of laps on both of their tires. Hesgaard is closing the gap. Barely faster than Harmon last time by.
Well, Harmon's he's
In
working
lap
through lap traffic right now. Yep.
Yeah, major lap traffic.
And look who's nipping at his heels. We got
Yep.
the 29 there, Wade Hustad, looking to put himself back
He's
onto the
gonna get
lead
by
lap.
him.
And I believe he's going to do it going down here in turn 1.
See how much Hesgaard possibly gains. Well, only about 1/10 that time.
So a huge mistake there by the 29, but able to get himself back into the lead lap and see if he can catch a few of these guys out in front of him. There are 6 other drivers within about 8 seconds of Mr. Hustad, 9 seconds of Mr. Hustad. So I don't think he'll have, he should be able to
Enough
chase
time.
down a couple of these guys, but I don't think he's going to have the time to get back to these leaders.
No way. He'll
Yeah,
never.
without-
He'll never do that. I mean, you're talking 30 seconds on a lap, and there's no way in the world he's going to make up 30 seconds.
Without a caution flag.
Right.
Right. That's the
And
key.
we only have 24 laps to go, or 25 laps to go.
It'll be fun to watch him try, though. Kept that truck nice
Yeah,
and clean all night tonight, and just a little mental error there on pit road or trying to get into pit road.
Or someone was through the grass here, through the second dog leg. Black truck.
Cloud
That
Smith.
was Kleinschmidt.
And Kleinschmidt's 12 laps down currently, or 24 laps down, sorry.
Yeah, it's just been not his night from the get-go. He was involved in that early dust up off turn 2 on lap 2.
To say the whole green flag pit cycle, I mean, Wade Hustad is the last car on the lead lap currently, so we have 10 drivers still on the lead lap. Bradley Freeman, Casey Drake, Dustin Eichert, and Cody Gatsky all sit 1 lap down. And everybody else from there on back, 2 laps, 2 laps, 3 laps, 3 laps. So.
Well, I'm watching this battle here with Hesgard as he's trying to get through these lap cars.
Oh boy, he just split the middle.
Yeah, see, that's what's going to bring out the yellow. Impatient. That's going to be what's going to happen. They're going to run up on some lap cars, and they're not going to be patient. Or the 61 is going to take the one out.
Yeah, that was
Wow.
very, very close.
If he didn't hit him, he came real close to it. See, we may end up getting that yellow anyway, as these drivers know it's crunch time, and they're trying to get all they can get out of it.
Yeah, Hesgard and Hebel definitely didn't take their time trying to fight through that lap traffic, so Hebel definitely wants the position, and Harmon's up there, but he's over 2 seconds up there, so.
And time's running out for him. I mean, we're coming to 20 laps to go.
He's actually pulling away on Hesgard.
I could still at about 2.3 seconds.
Getty Buckner's times have slowed down significantly. He has just a few more laps on his tires than a lot of these drivers around him, but we go back to sixth place. I mean, Spencer Tart's got 26 on his tires. Sidarius Jackson's got 22, and Wade Hustad is now up in the 8th position after passing Richard Springer and Eric Weatherholtz. So,
well, that hard hit Getty hit may have knocked the toe out just a little bit on his truck. I mean, it don't take much. I noticed that last night when I got in that mess up with Dakota Wilkins. My steering wheel was off for almost all the race until I hit the outside wall, and then it was completely upside down.
Well, we certainly know Getty is hoping it stays green all the way, because he's got 13 seconds back to the next truck behind him.
Here comes Hebel up underneath Hesgard.
yeah, he's closed the gap.
See how far they both drive it in.
Looks like Hebel's just being a gentleman about it, kind of giving Hesgard the benefit of the doubt, and Hesgard drives it in aggressive, able to maintain the position.
That surprised you any?
Not in the least, sir.
And we
They're
got to
coming
watch
up
out
here
for
on the
this
91. Yeah, Andrew Marsh is definitely going to get in the way, and Hesgard taking the smart route there, goes to the outside.
He gets clean off the track. So.
Yeah, that was a respectful move there.
These guys are currently fighting for second. Jeremy Hebel currently sits in first as far as the prize pool goes for this one. He is a points racer here in the Winona Road Truck Series.
The point leader, I might say. And
he is.
By quite a lot. Actually, about a full race over the next truck and Kleinschmidt.
Kip Galloway in the 61, who touched Hebel in the rear there earlier. He comes down pit road.
The
and the 29 of Wade Hustad. What happened to Wade Hustad?
That's some big smoke on the back straightaway.
Yep, it was Wade Hustad. He gets himself towed. Let's go back and see what happened to Hustad here.
And he's already disconnected. Wow.
Not his night.
Hustad's just driving it hard. Comes up a little too close to the wall out of two.
He did exactly what I did last night. He did exactly what I did last night.
Hustad just totally driving the wheel off the car and trying to make up all that time that he hurt himself with early there. So that's an unfortunate end to his evening. He's not just going to, that's not the end. He's going to drop back positions from there, as there's a few guys within a couple laps of where he currently was sitting. So.
Yep.
Well, the dash for cash as right now is Jeremy Hebel in first, Getty Buckner is second, and Dakota Wilkins will be third if it finishes the way it is right now.
Yeah, Getty Buckner currently has a 12-second lead over Dakota Wilkins, so I don't, barring something more horribly wrong, Dakota Wilkins shouldn't be able to make up that amount of time.
But that outside wall will sneak up on you if you're not on your P's and Q's.
Even when your name's Wade Hustad.
Yep,
that's right. It can happen to anybody.
I was pushing it too hard. I was trying to stay in that cutoff position in 10th, and I just slammed the outside wall real hard. And at the end of that, I was like, please don't be a yellow. Please don't be a yellow. And I just exited. I try to be a...
Speaking of yellows, we do have a yellow flag coming up here.
Oh, Lord.
Couple trucks.
Armstrong, out of gas, maybe.
Well, whatever the case, he's slow.
He can't be out of gas again, Kenny.
Yeah, I'm about to say, he
Maybe
just
busted
stopped.
the fuel line. I mean, you never know. He's coming up on Kleinschmidt. Oh, he blew his engine.
his motor there.
Oh,
Yeah,
yep.
coming
Yeah,
right
he's-
up there on the 59, and the motor blows. And I mean, is that what brought the caution flag out? Had to be, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything else. At least not yet. And then Armstrong, he coasted to
see
the
anything
pit road
now.
entrance, and he's towing now. Now it's going to come down to these pit stops.
See who comes in and who doesn't. Richard Springer decides to stay out here, along with a couple of other drivers.
Richard Springer's a lap down. Weatherholt's a lap down. It's going to be it's a big gap through the rest of the field.
Don't overshoot your pit, boys.
Spencer Tart looks like he might have been caught speeding on his entrance to pit road there. He currently runs in 6th.
Well, both Thomas and Ebel and Ryan Hisgard, all three got in their pits nice.
Yep. And that caution's going to be a break for Bradley Freeman. He'll get the free pass.
Comes Hebel away quick. Esgard is not going to beat the one of Hebel off of pit road. Getty Buckner sits in 4th. Man, and Wade Hustad was so close. All he needed was to run a few more laps, and we'd have had that caution come out.
Yep.
He would have had the opportunity to race for a win.
I bet if he jumped in to watch the broadcast, he's kicking himself right now.
That's exactly what I was going to say, David. You knew what was going on right now.
We do have the 48 out here is in front of Thomas Harmon. He is going to wait for the wave around, as well as a couple other cars.
Robbie Armstrong.
Armstrong pulls down and comes to pit road.
And he coasted up to about the pit road commitment cone with that blown engine. He's pretty much done for the night.
Who was the orange truck in front of him?
Who's that in front of Harmon?
Yeah. Oh, he come down pit road. It was 63 of Octavia.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think, guys? It's going to be about 10 to go when we get back racing.
Wow, how many cars stayed out? Looked like half the field.
There's a couple that are electing to stick out here. We got Eric Weatherholtz, who wants his lap back. Dustin Eichert, Casey Drake, Cody Gatsky, it looks like. All of them want to get that lap back, so they will get a wave around here in a minute.
1, 2, 3,
Well, they don't have
4,
much
5,
choice,
6,
really.
7, 8. It looks like 8 drivers are electing to stay out.
Jeffrey Meyer in the 50 stays out there. Andrew Marsh in the 91 stays out with 39 laps on his tires. And William Wingfield in the 83 is also staying out to get another lap back. So,
Well, the more important ones are Gatsky, Drake, Eichert, and Weatherholtz. They're the ones that are going to be back on the lead lap. A lot of other
they're
guys
currently sitting all with at least 25 laps on their tires. So, not much they're going to be able to do from the rear of this field, but maybe have another caution here at the end of the race if somebody spins their tires.
Well, I think we're going to have about 9 laps to go when we restart this race. There's going to be no holes barred from that moment on.
It's going to be drive it like you stole it time.
Yeah, Thomas Harmon, unless he elects to, will start on the inside. He'll have Jeremy Hebel just to the outside of him and his teammate Ryan Hesgard just behind him. But as we've already seen once this evening, teammate or not, if Hesgard's got to get around you, he's going to get around you.
And Harmon does elect to take the inside.
I'm going to let you guys bring us back to green. I'm going to go get a drink of water real quick. I will be right back. Focused up here on Jeremy Hebel at the moment. So,
All right.
Come on, Hebel.
don't call him Hebel. You better call him Hebel.
Well, where's Larilio at when you need him?
He's not even in here tonight.
Nah, it's a joke.
Yeah.
It's an inside joke.
Yeah.
He just wanted to pronounce another name wrong. That's all.
Of
Yes.
course.
I'm going to start calling you David Walborn.
No.
I don't care. Well, when I get mentioned, I don't care what you call me. Just call me late for dinner.
Let's go racing, boys.
Yep.
And
Yes,
Harmon
Gordon,
got a really
great.
good jump.
Yep, so did Hesgard.
He was going to duck right down there and get right in line with these boys. Mr. Tart fans, he is up into the 4th position, ladies and gentlemen. But he's got Getty Buckner all over his back door.
Oh, he's running him down almost to the white line on the end of the pack stretch.
Oh, this is going to make for an exciting finish.
Yep, 9 laps to go this time. Here comes Hebel on the outside. Trying to get the fender alongside.
He's looking for that run.
Esgard all over. Here he goes to the inside.
Harmon's not going to give it to him. He's going to make him fight for it. Harmon still leads that lap.
Oh, he's in there. Just can't keep the power down without sliding up.
If I was Thomas Harmon, I'd pinch Hesgard just a little bit more, just to make him use his tires up. And
ain't have enough.
There you go. See, if you hold him down there just a little bit like that, he can't slide up the track. But then you take the chances. Oh, and make contact.
Punch. Boy, this is good stuff.
Yeah, they're really battling it out. Hesgard finally ducks in beside Harmon. He's going to let his tires cool down and try to get that last lap run here as we cross the line at 129 laps of 134. So that gives us 6 laps to go.
Buckner is back up in the 4th place behind Hebel. Dakota Wilkins up in the 5th.
Well, those 2 gentlemen sitting 2nd and 3rd for points drivers tonight. So,
yep, those 3
dropped bad. I mean, he was in 4th, now he's in 7th.
And right now, Hebel, Buckner, and Wilkins in position to get some iRacing credit. They can hang on to their position where they're at right now.
Hesgard was pushing Harmon hard there, trying to get around him. Might have burnt his tires up a little bit. That might give Hebel an opportunity to make a pass here on these last couple laps.
I think Hesgard might have also got a little bit of damage to his car. Yeah, he got some damage to the right side when they made contact. Yeah, they made some. They door handled each other, and Ryan Hesgard took the worst for the wear on that one.
He's running out of time. We got 4 laps to go now.
Well, I got to say, all in all, this has been a pretty interesting race.
This truck series does not lack for entertainment.
Not at all. I mean, Hebel's not able to close the gap here. I don't know if we're going to have a battle at all. Uh-oh. 68 of Harmon almost blinks out there.
Oh, boy. He's
been having those issues on and off all this evening, so.
Well, Spencer Tart is working the back door of Dakota Wilkins, and I don't know if he knows it, but he's getting ready to slip up into the money.
I don't know what Hesgard did last time by, but about half of a tenth, almost a full tenth faster than Thomas Harmon, so Hesgard might be able to close this gap in these winding laps.
And it's not over. We've got 2 to go. Down to 0.17 seconds.
Oh, Spencer Tart is all over the back of Dakota Wilkins.
Hebel's losing a little touch to the front, too. Here they come, white flag in the air.
Well, if there was a time to go, it's now.
Esgard trying to make the bottom work.
Thomas pushed up way high.
Definitely going to be slower down this backstretch than Hesgard was. Hesgard got a great run out of that corner, and he's going to dive to the inside of the 68 here. Oh, man.
I don't think it's going to be enough.
Not able to get that run out of the corner. He's going to try to dive inside of Thomas Harmon, but Harmon will collect a victory. It's a 1-2 finish for Silent Syndicate Racing, S2R. Jeremy Hebel finishes 3rd. Getty Buckner 4th.
Oh, Richard Springer 5th.
Yeah, he gets his way up into the 5th position, and Dakota Wilkins finishes 6th. So that leaves Hebel, Buckner, and Dakota Wilkins as the 3 payout winners this evening.
Oh, what? I would hope that would just be celebratory bumping there.
Uh-oh, what happened?
Ryan Hesgard and maybe Thomas Harmon playing around.
Yep. That's a good way to put it. I would say playing
each
around.
other. Hesgard gets underneath him. Looked like he just tried to rub him and actually puts him up into the wall and himself into the wall. So luckily both of these guys get flipped around and get going back the right direction as Harmon's going to come to the start-finish line to do his celebratory burnout.
Okay, who you want me to grab first?
You know, before he disconnects, if we can get Dakota Wilkins in here, I don't know if he realizes he's won money this evening or not, but good to say hey to him.
If we can grab him real quick.
Dakota Wilkins, you got a copy, sir?
Yeah, I do.
Hey, man, haven't been with the Dynasty Racing League for very long. Don't know if you heard the announcement or not this evening, but you just won yourself $5 in iRacing credit, man. Congrats on the 6th place finish.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I heard about you guys doing something like that, and I didn't think I was gonna do it. I don't. Yeah, I have a hard time remembering who's all point drivers or not. So
yeah,
I'll take $5.
Definitely a tough one. So Thomas Harmon, Ryan Hesgard, the 1 and 2 finish here this evening. We're not racing for points, nor was Richard Springer, who finished 1 position ahead of you. So that puts you in 3rd. And
well, sweet. I can, blow down on a track.
There you go, buddy.
There you go.
David, what was it like racing out there tonight? I mean, it looked really, really slick, but then at other times it looked like you were driving a dump truck rather than a Camping World truck.
Yeah, for the most part, it was on the long runs. It was tight. I think I got loose once when I was battling with the 14. But besides that, all night, even in practice, I never got loose. And I did like a 52-lap run in practice. So yeah, I mean, it was fun. It was nerve-wracking, but it was fun, and I enjoyed it. I was happy to finally get green flag pit stops here and seeing all the strategies play out and so that. And I'm not the greatest person when it comes to pit strategy, so I just picked the time and picked right because I was able to hold on to some spots and came out top 10.
Well, congrats, man. Just keep getting those top 10 finishes, and I'm sure you'll make your way into the playoffs. You want to give a shout-out to anybody here tonight?
My Fug Motorsports teammates, Jeremy and Andrew. My friends that, they support me, Doug, Tom, Jess, Jeremy, Jay, all those guys, they support me. And then you guys for, broadcasting the league, DRL, it's amazing league. If you don't run here, you need to get out and run. This place is awesome. Then the sponsor, I'm probably going to butcher the name of the sponsor, but Winona Road.
You got it right, buddy.
There you go.
Oh, sweet. I've been terrified to say that because I'm afraid I'm going to butcher it all the time. So, yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, congrats again, and hopefully we'll see you back again next week. Actually, I think we got a couple-week break coming up here, but I'm sure you'll be out running in the next one.
All right, man. See you guys later.
Have a good night.
Here as soon as this broadcast is over.
Getty Buckner, it's the booth. You got us?
Hey, buddy. What's going on?
Hey, man. Nice run. 4th place and $10 in iRacing credit. Congrats.
Yeah, I'll take both of those things. The $10 I'll probably end up donating to the cause of William Edwards. That we broadcasted a few races ago, but I'll take the top 5 for sure. It was nice to finally come out here and actually prove to these guys that actually I know how to wheel one of these things. Had a tough luck kind of for the first few races here.
That's a very nice gesture to donate your money. We saw you start 14th. We were kind of wondering what happened at the very start of the race.
I didn't qualify the greatest, but at the beginning, I was also doing race control, so I had to start from pit road, and then I also went a lap down earlier because of some of the race control stuff I was trying to do here through the truck until my savior showed up, and then I was able to race and able to have a decent finish here.
Yeah, for being the stand-in race control at the beginning of this race, man, what a finish! 3 of you guys in S2R in the top 4, pretty impressive. Did you get a chance to practice with those guys this week, or?
I actually practiced 0 minutes this week. Part of it is just my feel for Charlotte. Part of it is, my familiarity with the truck here. But yeah, a huge shout out to S2R. You know, I do, you know, a little truck series deal with S2R. Otherwise, you know, I'm in SGK racing with my buddy Andrew Short, who's actually, you know, points leader in the Indy series. So, you know, it's good to kind of, you know, pick these guys' brain a little bit, and yeah, it's definitely benefited me for sure.
Now you're going to broadcast the Indy series tomorrow night, is that correct?
Not tomorrow night, next Thursday, but yeah, we're going to be bringing to you the Indy 250. I'm very excited about the opportunity to showcase that series, and you know, one of the greatest racetracks in all of motorsports. So
that'll be
awesome.
Right here on DRL TV.
Absolutely, and a huge shout out to you guys, all the voices here. David, who's been working overtime lately, you as well, Ryan, and Taylor as well, who's been the standalone guy here for the Winona Road all season. Huge shout out to my teammates here at S2R and at SGK, Ryan, Tom beside me, and then Andy Short here. And then obviously you got to give a shout out to the girl. Without her understanding of my hobby, I wouldn't be able to put the time in here in the Dynasty Racing League that I do.
Yeah, we all need a little understanding from our significant others, man. Congrats again on 4th, and hopefully we'll see you back again next week.
Absolutely, guys. Thanks.
Yeah, congratulations on your prize money, too.
Yeah, awesome. Hopefully I can put it towards a good cause.
All right, now we want to bring in Jeremy Hebel, actually, who finishes in 3rd place and 1st for the prize money. Get him in here.
Yeah, I got him. Oops.
Mr. Hebel, do you got a copy, sir?
Yes, I do.
Hey, buddy, you come away with a 3rd place finish. Hopefully saw the announcement and realized that you just won $15 in iRacing credit for being the first driver in the point standings. So,
yeah, I saw that. That's pretty neat. That's great.
And
Hey,
you
man,
do realize that you've extended your points lead?
Yes, that's always good too.
Yeah.
I'll take that over a win any day, I guess.
By quite a lot, actually, because Kleinschmidt had a rough race, and Eric Weatherholtz was only able to be in 10th. We saw you qualify only 17th. Were you mainly working on just race setup?
Yeah, I think this was for some reason just a track that I couldn't really figure out that one fast lap. So I think my entry into 3 and 4 is what was killing me. But I mean, when you look at it, the lap times are pretty quick. So, but even on that last stint there, I probably would have preferred that it went longer. I kind of like the long green flag run. So I was lacking the speed right off the bat. But you know, 3rd place finish, I'll take that any day.
well, congrats again on 3rd, man. You want to give a shout out to anyone tonight before we let you go?
Yeah, give a shout out to everyone here at DRL Winona Road Truck Series, all the admins, everybody that puts on the series, all 3 series here, or 4 series. You broadcasters for putting on a great race, great broadcast. I always go back and watch the whole thing just to see what was said and how it went. My teammates, Dakota Wilkins and Andrew Marsh. Andrew Marsh with a little bit of bad luck again. We need to get him on the straight and narrow per se, so that we can get him a decent finish. But yeah, that's pretty much about it.
Awesome. Well, have a great night, man, and we'll see you again next week.
All right, thank you.
You know, I keep saying we're going to see people again next week, and we ain't got a race next week. That's okay.
Yeah.
Well, we might see them anyway. You never know. We might throw up a race, just a race.
We'll bring in Ryan Hesgaard, the second of 3 S2R drivers who finished in this top 4 position. Ryan Hesgaard, you have a copy?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, you come away with a 2nd place finish there. Got into Thomas Harmon more than once this evening. Intentional the first time or no?
No, we were so close. We wanted to get around Chad and Wade, you know, just to kind of show our strength as well, because Wade by far was the class of the field on that long run. So we wanted to get in front of him and flex our muscles a little bit. And it was just a product of tight racing and us being on the bottom. Tom just kind of came back a little bit into me, and I couldn't get the truck rolled down enough, and I barely tapped him, and it got him a little squirrely. And I do want to apologize for getting into him and ruining Chad's race. But yeah, 100% unintentional.
Yeah, and were you able to hear some radio comms down there as to what happened to Presnall? Because it looked like you and Harmon received the brunt of the damage, and then Presnall just dropped like a rock and ended up pulling off the track. Was there other netcode issues? Did he hit the wall after that, or?
I don't know. From my point of view, I had touched Tom. I got around Tom, and I was kind of mirror driving to make sure Tom didn't wreck. And the next thing I know, Chad was in front of me, and I was passing Chad. So I don't know if he ran into Tom like hard enough to cause a little bit of engine damage, or what happened to him. I'm not sure.
Well, unfortunate end to his evening, but again, I mean, you were right on his bumper. He checked up a little bit to try to stay out of the car above him, and things kind of just accordion effect from there. There, towards the end of the race, you got into the 68 as well, just a little bit. Was that just tough racing? I mean, did you want to be up nice and close to him and let him know you were trying to make a charge there?
Yeah, I knew that I had about 4 laps to use the bottom, as an advantage. So he pinned me down so far, which, was the race winning move in my opinion. If he didn't pin me down, he doesn't win that race, because I'm getting the run off the corner. And we just product of good tough racing, and we're teammates. We run each other hard, but we run each other clean. Banging doors is racing.
Well, he must have heard me yelling, pinching.
Oh yeah, he had to. I mean, I knew he had to. So I was just trying to get that little bit of extra room. Maybe if I could just move him up the track, not without wrecking my teammate again. So I'm happy for him, though. It's not every day that Tom gets these wins, and they're getting harder and harder when Wade and Chad and Hebel show up. It's so we can take the wins when we can get them. We're happy. I'm happy we got the 1-2 finish tonight.
Well, you door handled your buddy there, Thomas Harmon. Did you think y'all were both getting ready to lose it when you hit each other like that?
No, we had absolutely, we just touched doors. I didn't lose control even in the slightest.
Well, I'm also glad to know that you're I'm not the only one that pronounces Hebel's name wrong.
Now that
That's everybody.
David's on the Hebel train now instead of Hebel, but all 3 of you guys, I mean, all 3 S2R cars come away with a little bit of damage, but 3 of you up there in the top 5. Awesome job this evening. You want to give a shout out to anyone before we let you go tonight?
Yeah, they're at the end of the race. Tom had a little bit of damage in the rear end, but my truck was sitting pretty minus the little scrapes. I was so excited that he won. I got into him a little too hard celebrating with him. So, oops. But yeah, I mean, I got to shout out the S2R team. Coming away with 3 top 5s tonight that's huge for us. Getty didn't get to practice with us at all this week, but we got some practice in for this race. So it's always a pleasure being able to run with those guys and learn from each other. I got to thank you guys up in the booth. Everything you guys do is awesome. It's what makes this whole thing fun. Everybody included in the Grand National and on the Cup side. A big thank you to them too. Thank you to DRL organization as a whole, and thank you to Winona Road Truck Series. Without them, we're not doing this. So big thank you to everybody involved with DRL.
Great. Well, have a wonderful night. We're going to pull your buddy in here, Mr. Harmon, and get a quick interview with him, and we'll see you at the next truck race. I think actually, you race in the B series, so we'll probably see you Monday night at Charlotte, right back here for another race, huh?
I'm hoping so. We're in the process of moving right now, and I don't know how long we'll be without the internet or whatever. We're hoping we can get it set up to where we don't miss more than 1 or 2 races, but as of right now, I'm unsure if I'll even be able to finish the season or not. We're hoping for it. We're planning a strategy to be able to do that, but you never know. You know how those things can go. So hopefully this isn't my last race this season. Hopefully I'm back next week.
Get your neighbor's Wi-Fi password. You'll be good to go.
Yeah, if it wasn't out in the country, I would.
Yeah, it's hard to get Wi-Fi password from your neighbor when your neighbor lives 5 miles away.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, you gotta have one heck of a wireless network to get that.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, well,
we're gonna do everything in our power to make the chase and make sure we don't miss the eligibility mark.
Yeah, you just need 80%
we do know
of those
that
races. I think you already got a win over there, a couple of them already. So
Yeah, as of right now, we're locked in, and so it's just making sure I make the 80% mark, which it's going to be close. I think you can miss 8 races or so, so fingers crossed we can get it worked out.
Well, best of luck to you, and we'll see you the next time around.
Thanks, guys.
Go ahead and get Thomas Harmon in here. I'll let you take this one away, Mr. Taylor Butcher Benjamin. You have at this interview. That 68
right.
raced the heck out of that truck tonight.
He sure did. I got him right here. Hey, Thomas Harmon, it's the booth. You got us, buddy?
Good for I got you.
Well, you pulled it off against your teammate there. Tell us about those last few laps against Ryan.
I broke out to that little bit about 4/10, 5/10 second lead, and then I kept pushing and pushing, and it finally caught up to me, and I started missing my marks there in the last couple of laps, especially that last lap, and it allowed him to catch up big time. But yeah, can't miss those marks.
Well, you certainly did a great job. And how much of this being in this truck race tonight going to help you for Tuesday?
I think it'll bring back some of the confidence that I was missing last night, actually. Maybe settle me back in a little bit, get me back up there as one of the fast guys like Wade. He was fast tonight.
Oh, he was on another planet, not just tonight, but last night in that All-Star race too. So go out there and get yourself some practice this week, man. You got a long Tuesday night ahead of you, I can tell you that.
Yes, I do.
I'll be joining you.
Well, congratulations on your win here, Thomas. Unfortunately, no, we don't got any prize money for you, but yeah, I mean, just that confidence boost, man, to come out and run as good of a race as you did tonight, definitely going to help you next week at Charlotte. So, you got a shout out you want to give to anyone here this evening?
Yeah, I'd like to thank S2R and DRL and all the sponsors, that sponsor numerous leagues every week and allow us to come out here and have fun and put on a good show for the fans.
Thank you. Congrats again to you and Avril Lavigne, and we'll see you back again next week, man.
Thank you. See you guys then.
Well, gentlemen, that was one heck of a race.
Yep. Want to pull in Richard Springer real quick? He finished 5th. Here he is. Hey, Richard Springer, it's Taylor, Ryan, and David in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, ganging up on me. Are you sure that Hesgard is done? That guy, man, it takes a lot of time.
Oh man, you come away with a 5th place finish tonight. You were running really well at multiple times during this race, and seemed like a wall would sneak up on you occasionally. Not that it didn't happen to everybody, but what was it like out there this evening?
Well, it was so much tighter than during the week. The track was actually faster, but I was used to driving a bunch of races during the week, and it was a lot more neutral, but it was still about a 10th slower. So anyway, I don't know how to explain that, but I hit the wall once when I was fighting with Hesgard for second. That's why I decided to pit.
Hey, how much did your truck change handling wise after you hit the wall?
I didn't give it much chance. I knew it was going to be bad and slow down the straight, so I didn't even run maybe a lap or two, and then I came in.
Yeah, we saw you pit immediately after that. We figured people were coming close to needing tires at that point anyway, so if you had the damage, why not come down and get it all taken care of? Just a shame it couldn't happen under yellow and not green. So lost a little time there, but hey, you made it up. You come away with the top 5. What series are you racing in for points this year?
Grand National.
All right, so you race. I mean, this is going to, obviously help a little bit with Monday night as well, yeah?
Oh, I'm looking forward to that. I haven't run that car in the iRacing setup yet, so I'll see. I think I did run it once actually. It's kind of tight too.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a little tighter than the open setup is. They give you a little more over there to make some adjustments. But we wish you the best of luck on Monday. You want to give a shout out to anybody this evening?
You boys, especially. I guess you cobbled together a broadcast last night. That was awesome.
Yeah, it was. Last night was a tough one. I mean, it kind of. Yeah, that All-Star race had a lot of changes to it and things going on during the race, so we got her done, though, and I joined the boys in the booth this evening for tonight's race. I don't know if I'll be here every Wednesday night, but you can always count on Taylor to be here commentating, and whoever his partner is, whether me or David Wellborn, Daniel Hallis, if he makes his way back to broadcasting.
Well, why don't you get back on the track?
I think I'm done on the track for now, man. I had way too many not so great races in a row, and I just I don't know. It feels bad when you put in. I don't have a ton of time to put in practice here. I don't want to be racing under practiced, and then when I get the opportunity, I feel like I can't get the finish that I feel like I could have gotten. So just frustrating all around. And I love the Dynasty Racing League and the back end of things and be able to broadcast for our fans and all of that. So
Actually, you guys do a real good job. I appreciate all the work you put into this, and I think we all do.
yes, sir. Well, you have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you back again on Monday evening.
Yeah, the worst thing is I ran out of beer during the race.
Oh no.
That's never a good thing.
Okay, gentlemen, thank you much.
Have a great night, Rich.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Well, boys, I called that there towards the beginning of the race. Yeah, Richard Springer did really well this evening. Typically, we have Mike Springer's up here running pretty high up in the points and stuff, and running for top fives week in and week out. And refreshing to see Richard Springer able to come in here and get himself a top five.
Well, it's never a good thing when you run out of beer.
Yeah. Yeah, that can definitely put a damper on the evening. Let's go through. I want to pull up these unofficial results here. Again, Thomas Harmon, after leading 40 laps, comes away in first. Ryan Hesgard, his teammate, takes second. Jeremy Hebold comes in third, our points leader here in the Winona Road Truck Series. Getty Buckner, after that those early issues trying to step in for race control, comes back to fourth. Richard Springer, fifth. Dakota Wilkins takes sixth. Spencer Tart, seventh. Cy Jackson, eighth. Dustin Eichert takes the ninth position, and Eric Weatherholtz in 10th.
Casey Drake, 11th. Cody Gatsky, the last truck on the lead lap, in 12th. Bradley Freeman, 13th. Octavio Silveira, 14th. Kip Galloway, 15th. Zach Smith, 16th. Jeffrey Myers, 17th. Martin Wenzel, 18th. Andrew Marsh, 19th. And Wade Hustad led most of this race before the problem on pit road and then the late crash. Winds up in 20th position tonight.
Yeah, Robbie Armstrong in that bright orange number 3 comes in 21st. Matt Kleinschmidt 22nd. William Wingfield 40 laps down after coming down. I think he was the one that in that very first pit stop ended up hitting that inside wall.
Ended up flipping.
Yeah, Kenneth Robbins comes away in 24th. Chad Presnall 25th after some early contact, led 36 of the laps here. Daniel Holloway comes away 26th. David Wingfield 27th. And the rest of these gentlemen, I don't think really got an opportunity to race tonight. Had the race cut short by connection issues and things like that. I'm going to pull up the credits here. I want to give a huge shout out to our owner and race control for this evening, James Pandolf, Tater Bowman as well. Martin Wenzel and Jordan Gonzalez for all the graphics work and behind the scenes stuff that those guys do. You gentlemen who joined me this evening, David Wellborn, Taylor Butcher Benjamin, all the other broadcasters that help with Dynasty Racing League TV, Daniel Hallis, Martin Wenzel for joining me every Tuesday night to broadcast that Cup Series, and all the guys here at DRL, all the admins that kind of make the series go round. Thank you to all of our viewers and all the drivers for showing up every week and putting on a good show here for the viewers to watch. Tell these guys week in and week out that it's their league and their opinions matter. We change things week in and week out to try to make the league as good as it can possibly be, and hopefully that's reflected in our broadcast. Gentlemen, you got anything else for our viewers before we head out of here for this evening?
I'm good, brother.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. If you thought tonight was interesting, tune in next Monday and Tuesday.
Oh, yeah. Those are going to be a couple of great races. So we'll see you guys back again next week, and we're out for the evening.
All right. Have a good night, folks.